chakraqueenspirits. We are doing another pick a card reading this week, but I decided to add a few more cards from new decks I got so that we could try that out. I pre-shuffled these with intention, but I have not seen the cards myself, so this is really good for me to practice my on-the-spot reading. I usually tend to meditate on it alone prior, but I'm trying out new things to strengthen my intuition, so I'm hoping it will be a journey for both of us. If you see that I make cuts out of my video a lot, that's simply because a lot of times when I'm channeling messages, I like to pause and get what I'm receiving. And that may take a while, and I understand not everyone's going to want to sit here watching me do that. So that's why there's a lot of clip cutouts. Also, I know that you guys can't really get a good look at these cards, so I'm going to cut to a quick little video where you can get a good view to pick your pile. So for this week, we're going to do a pick a card on the next month. So what is the energy of the next month? What do I need to know? What kind of things are coming my way? Just an overall general reading for the next few weeks. So take a moment, pick a card, and we will begin. Okay guys, just so you have a better look, this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So take a minute. If you need to pause the video, that's fine too. And pick whatever pile you're drawn to, and trust that your intuition is guiding you to the right pile. And we will begin when you're ready. Right, let's get started with group 1. I'm just gonna move these out of our way. Okay, group 1. What is in store for you guys in the next month? The first card we have is Archangel Michael Clearing. So we can get a good look at that. Archangel Michael Clearing. Next we have Isis, past life, and it says this situation involves your past life memories. Now obviously not everybody believes in the notion of a past life. These cards are just simply a structure for me, so please take what I say more so than just what the card is reading to you if it doesn't resonate. Next we have Surrender to the Divine, full moon, which is great because this past weekend was a full moon. So we're right on track. The last card is 3 of Pentacles. Okay, I remember one group got this card last week. It'd be interesting if you were in that group and you got it again. Okay, let me ask Spirit, what is going on for group 1 in the next month? Right off the bat, I'm feeling the energy of things moving out. So I'm feeling that there's been this cycle that you guys have been in for a long time of just feeling like you're restrained, feeling like something is ready to move, and you've been slowly getting to that point more so. But this whole next month is going to be like the card Archangel Michael Clearing. So you're going to be clearing out old patterns, old ways of thinking, old situations. You know, in order for one door to open, another needs to close. And I'm really feeling like the kind of patterns and thinking that you have been exhibiting have been lifelong. So they've been stuff you've been doing your whole life, and it gets to a point where you're starting to grow either spiritually or you're just growing as a person, and you're realizing that a lot of these things about you are just, they're not serving you anymore. They're old and they're outdated and they need to be cleared out. But the important piece here, if you believe this, so if you don't and this is too like eclectic for you, don't worry about it. But if you are into spirituality and you do believe in the idea of many lifetimes and past lives, basically all the lessons and karma that you brought into this life are starting to clear out. So you're starting to recognize and work through a lot of stuff that you brought into this world with you. So that can be why the last few years have felt a little bit hard, because these situations are coming up not to bring you down, not to, you know, defeat you, but to make you recognize and understand like the knowledge that you agreed to learn in this lifetime, and to dissolve those. So those are really going to start dissolving in the next month. But I don't want to get too too far off track, because you obviously want to know what's going on in your everyday life in the next month. I'm seeing in the next month for you guys that you're going to be walking away from something. So I don't know if this, this might, for some of you, it might be a person. For other people, it might be a place, a job, a circumstance, something that you're walking away from. You're choosing to walk away though. And it's bringing you a lot of sadness, but you're just ready to start a new chapter. And you're walking away from this knowing that you have what you need to go forward. So you might have felt like in the past, this person or situation, relationship, whatever, you might have felt that it was holding you back in some way, and that you weren't really sure how to get out of it, but you also didn't know if you were going to make it without this thing in your life. Because I'm getting that sense that it was a feeling of identity, like you identify with whatever this is as a big part of you. But the doors are opening and you're able to move on to a new chapter now. So you're not looking back. This sadness that you feel is clearing. But I'm almost feeling overwhelmed by it, because it seems like there's just you've just been dealing with so much heavy emotion. And you're just tired of that. And you should be, because it's long overstayed its welcome. So oftentimes emotions come in to signal us that something's wrong, that, or good, depending on the emotion, but they overstay their welcome. And what's happening here is whatever situation's coming up in this reading that you're about to walk away from, or you might already be walking away from, it's just created this sadness that's not serving you anymore. So you don't need to feel this anymore. Like I said, emotions have validity and they're here for a reason. Once you acknowledge them, you're able to feel them, learn from it, and get rid of them. But with this situation, it just seems that the longer you held on to it, whether it be a person, a place, whatever, even a part of yourself, so this could be an aspect of yourself, the longer you held on to that, the more pain you felt, and the longer this pain has been sitting here. In the next month, letting go of this burden of sadness, letting go of these heavy feelings related to this whatever situation with the Three of Pentacles that I'm seeing, you are just going to feel so much better. So my angels, spirits, the universe, like I said, whatever you want to call it, they want you to know that it's not going to be right away. And this isn't to discourage you. So when you walk away from this chapter of your life and you start something fresh in the next month, it's not like an overnight thing where it's like, whew, that's out of my life, I feel great. It's going to be a little bit, and it's going to take some time for the feelings to move out. So just remember that when you're feeling like, in the next month at any point that you're having a bad day, or these feelings are coming back, or it doesn't seem like anything changed. Because this takes time. You're undoing a lot of stuff that could be, deep rooted. So give yourself that time to feel those things, and just know and trust that it's going to get better, and it is. You have to just trust in that. So this card, Surrender to the Divine, is a reminder for you to just feel the feelings. I'm seeing you guys walk through this door, and at the other side of the door, so you're like in a dark room, right? You're walking across to this door, and once you open this door, is like, oh my God, everything is so colorful, everything is so bright. But because you can't see the door, because it's so dark, you don't know if you should go that way. Like, you're scared to go down to the end of this room and open that door. And I know that might be a little confusing the way I'm trying to interpret it, but how I see it is like, I know you guys might be feeling anxious, worried, scared to take this step, to do this thing and walk away from whatever it is. But I'm here to tell you that you shouldn't be scared, because what's on the other side is so much better. Just because it doesn't happen overnight doesn't mean it's not coming. So please, please, please remember that. Let's see. And also, there's a message here that when you're growing and healing, you know, it's not going to feel good all the time. So you're doing the work, which is so important, and that is feeling good as you do that. But it also takes an incredible amount of energy and emotion, and it's not always going to feel good, you know? So that can be why this joy that's coming isn't going to happen right away with the situation. It's going to take some time because you're clearing out all this shit. Like, it's a lot. I'm feeling super heavy throughout this reading, so I know that whatever it is, it's a lot, and you guys have been through a lot. So please just recognize that, because I can feel that you're just so eager to get there, and you have the ambition, and you're gonna make it. You just have to, like, put your faith in something bigger than yourself, you know? And I know that not everybody connects with spirituality in the same way, or, you know, you might be on a different part, so you don't know what you believe in, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to know what you believe in. You just have to believe that there's something out there helping you. It's going to get you through. So for the next month, this is a huge transformation period for you guys. You're walking away from something big. You're clearing out old energy. You're learning to trust your decisions. And even though things are scary, you're starting over. So just remember those things. And please, if you're thinking of something while I'm doing this reading, like a certain person or a job or a part of yourself, or just anything that you're connecting it with that comes to mind, that's the situation. You know, trust that. Trust your intuition that this is the situation that needs to move out, that you need to start fresh. And just know that, you know, the next few months might be a little hard as you get rid of the situation, but that's nothing compared to what you've been through, and it's nothing compared to what's coming and how much abundance is going to be in your life after this. Let me see if I have any last messages for you guys. I'm feeling that some of you guys, it took a lot for you to make this decision, to get to whatever point you are now of whatever choice is coming up in the next month. And you're feeling like, wow, I didn't even think I had this in me, and I'm kind of proud. But there's something stopping you from really feeling that, because it's like, I'm being told that the invitation here is to feel that, to be proud of yourself, to understand that you've come such a long way, and you're almost there, and you've been through so much. So take some time and be proud of yourself, you know. Do what makes you feel good, and know that you have it. Like, you have it. You got what it takes, okay? So just remember that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back next week with new content. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, whatever. And if you have any questions for me, always feel free to ask, and any suggestions as well. Thank you. Okay, this is the reading for anybody who chose pile number 2. Let's get started. The first card we have here is Archangel Ariel, and it's the Earth. Take a good look at that. The second card we have, I don't want to butcher this goddess's name. I believe it's Ishtar, and it says boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Okay. So next card we have New Moon in Leo. Confidence is the key to your success. Nice imagery of a lion there. The last card we have is the Ace of Swords. Take a look. Okay. So let me tune in and figure out what is happening for you guys in the next month. Well, right off the bat with the Ace of Swords, that indicates to me that you guys are starting something new, that there's new beginnings, new chapters. This is similar to group 1. They had a lot of new stuff coming, but with yours, I see it more as within yourself. So for group 1, it was a little bit more about their situation and external stuff. I'm seeing a new beginning with you internally. So obviously there's a big invitation to have better boundaries. I know a lot of us struggle with boundaries. I struggle with them all the time. So there's a big message here to put yourself first. You know, if there's somebody or a situation or a place, anything going on in your life right now that is just taking your energy and it's you know, bleeding you dry, you have to set better boundaries. You matter, and nothing is more important than yourself. So you can't help others if you don't first help yourself. But I'm feeling like you almost don't feel like you're worth setting these boundaries, in a sense. So I'm feeling like there's a lack of self-esteem here, which is obviously why it's saying confidence is the key to your success. But sorry, it's a siren. Anyways, so I'm feeling, you know, that you've been in a period of feeling low and you don't know if you really trust yourself right now. And I don't mean trust yourself like, you know, being shady. I mean it in a sense of like trusting that you know what's best. So yeah, I'm feeling like you haven't been feeling so good lately. And it's almost like you're not sure whether you matter enough to speak up for yourself, if something's been bothering you with somebody or something, or to set the boundary that I don't want to do that, or I'm not comfortable with that, because it's almost like you're used to helping other people or being there for them, and it's kind of like, I'll get to myself later, I'll do that later, and it's not selfish to put yourself first, so you have to know that. You can't accurately help somebody if you're not putting yourself first. If you're not taking care of yourself and you're running in a million different directions to help everybody else, you're not even going to give them the full benefit that they would want, you know, because you're not going to be present. Next month and the next 4 weeks, I'm seeing a lot of situations that are going to come up that are going to test your boundaries. They're going to test, you know, how well you've developed in saying no. And I'm feeling like because you've had, I'm sensing you've had bad luck with your boundaries in the past. Like when you do stand up for yourself and speak up, people don't react well to it. You might have gotten shit for it, or you might have been, you know, someone could have made you feel bad for it. And that kind of like made you go into this shell where it's like, oh, I don't think I can do that. But here's the thing, like those people are obviously going to push your boundaries because it's not benefiting them. So obviously they're going to try and manipulate you into doing what they want. You can't let other people being upset stop you from not wanting to do something. And you're also being called to step up your confidence in all areas, you know, and start thinking about like, what do you have to offer the world? You know, what am I good at? What makes me happy? Where do I fit in? And I feel like you guys have been asking these questions lately, like maybe trying to figure out your purpose or just somewhere that you feel you belong. Because I feel like your self-esteem is going to improve, not from other people, not from something changing, not from a relationship, but it's going to start when you do the work inside and when you believe that you deserve to be happy, that you deserve to say no when you don't want to do something. Feeling, you know, a little bit lost and isolating yourself is very common in the human experience. We all have been through periods of that. But you're really being asked to step up. You're really being asked to believe in yourself in the next month. It's almost like you feel like these changes aren't going to happen, but here's the thing, you have the choice. So I can't sit here and tell you that anything's going to happen until you decide to do the work inside. So things are not, these new beginnings are here and they're available to you, but you have to believe in yourself. You have to have the confidence. You have to walk the walk and talk the talk. And this isn't my message. So my message isn't to say, you know, fake it till you make it. That's not what I believe in. I do believe in being honest about where you're at, but there's nothing wrong with feeling yourself. There's nothing wrong with figuring out what attributes you can bring to a situation or a person or a place and using that. You know, there's nothing wrong with self-love. And I feel like you guys are probably a very giving group. I identify as that, but almost to the point of overgiving, especially I work on that all the time. So this next month is so important to just learn to say no. When you don't want to do something, don't do it. You know, when you don't like something, speak up. And I know that's easier said than done, but the way I like to think of it is no situation, no person, nothing is worth losing your peace of mind. So I know, you know, it's obvious, like water is wet, but if it's not life or death, don't think about it like it is. You know, don't let it fester in your mind and make you sick just because it's something like, should I go out tonight, or should I tell the person I don't really like when they do this? You know, expectations and obligations just create this whole mess. You know, sometimes we create situations in our heads that don't even happen. They're so far from reality. So this next month is all about you. It's not about other people, it's about you. Are you going to put yourself first is the question. And I don't say that like you need to put yourself first. I'm just saying these new beginnings are so available to you. You just have to choose them. And you know, you might not be ready to do that. I understand that it's hard. So maybe you can take some small steps. Little things that you can do to feel good about. Because this isn't a reading meant to make you feel bad for the way you are. It's meant to make you feel better. And I just want you to know that. So I'm being told that nothing bad is going to come of exercising your boundaries. So you'd actually be surprised how people respond to you being honest with them. So take that chance this month. That's really the invitation here. And try and connect. Try and connect to the earth more. Nature. Nature is great. It can make you feel really good. So try and get out, whether it's walking or whatever makes you happy. Being outside, do that a little bit more this month. And try to stay away from technology so much. It might be taking your energy a little bit. That's what I was being told. So with that, when you go out in nature, try and stay off like your phone and things like that if you can. Yeah. This next month is going to be about you. It's your time. You know, other people can wait because you're coming and you're first. I'm also being told that when you start having this confidence and having this sense of like being comfortable with yourself, it's gonna have other people gravitate towards you, and people are gonna respond better, and it's gonna be like a lead by example thing where people are like, wow, that person is really coming into themselves, like I want to be like that too, or I really respect that person for telling me that they don't like that, maybe I should work on that. Like it really just allows everything to flow more organically in your life. And it doesn't matter like how small of a step you take, as long as you're willing to exert your confidence and just know that you deserve it. That's already a start because you're already putting that intention out into the universe. So don't get discouraged if you're not able to fully embody or be where you need to be. It's about the small steps. It's about the intention, and that's so important. Sorry if that was a little bit scattered. Sometimes when I receive messages, I get a little bit fogged. And it's hard to put everything I'm feeling and seeing and hearing and just receiving into words. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. And I hope that resonated. If you like the reading, please subscribe, comment, like whatever you want. And I will be back next week with new content. Thank you. All right, this is the reading for anybody who picked group 3. For what is going to be happening in the next month, what you can expect, the energies, etc., the way you want to say it. Okay, so the first card we have here is Melchizedek Peace. Hold that up for you guys to see. Melchizedek is an angel, for anybody who's wondering. If you want to look him up. The next card says fairness. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. Next card we have is Work Through Your Fears, New Moon in Scorpio. The last card we have is the Chariot. Okay. So, what is going on for group 3 in the next month? Okay, so right away with the Chariot, this card, things are going to be moving pretty quickly. So I'm seeing a little bit of amplification in an area of you guys' life in the next 4 weeks. I feel like you guys have been trying to find like a peace of mind in your life for a little bit, and you've been starting to have that lately. So, you know, it's like you have a little dose of it and you're like, I really, really want this, but I just don't know how to get it. And it seems like you take, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. But the invitation here isn't to be so attached to an outcome, but to focus on how you can bring peace now. How can you clear your head and feel good right in this moment? Even though, you know, you might not have this thing that you've really been wanting. Your relationship might not be doing well, or you might not have one, or your job sucks, or whatever the case may be. You know, there's always going to be something. There's always going to be something that you're waiting for to happen. So the invitation here is to find ways to make it work in the present, to find whatever you can to bring in peace, to relax, to feel good. You know, you have to find ways to feel good. And I'm being told that your perspective is really key in this next month. So if you're somebody that maybe in the past has had a very structured perspective, and you know, you don't really like change, and you think of things a certain way, very black and white, you're just gently being asked to try new things. So try a new way of thinking. And you know, a situation might just need a change of perspective. Sometimes a little tiny like flip of perspective can really change a situation. How you view it, how you feel, how it affects you, all of it. So obviously, you know, working through your fears. So you might have had a situation lately that, this is my sense on it, something happened kind of recently in your life in the past few months that left you feeling really fearful of the future. So you might not have expected this to happen, or you might not have expected this particular person or thing to work out the way it did. So it kind of like tripped you up. It was like a huge shock, and you're still trying to figure out, how can I get my peace back? There's a sense of that you were angry over this, because this situation might have brought you a lot of joy at one point. It might have brought you happiness, and you felt so good, and then it got taken away from you like overnight, and you're just like, the hell. So I'm feeling a lot of like anger towards that, and worry about the future. But you have to know that what you put out comes back. So if you're worrying and you're angry, you're just kind of mirroring that out to the universe, and it's just going to come right back to you. So that's where a new perspective coming in can really help. I'm being told that this peace that you might have lost, this sense of serenity and calmness and just overall feeling good, it's not gone forever. It's actually coming back pretty soon, like within the next, 3 or 6 months, give or take, fully. So that doesn't mean you're not going to feel good for 6 months or for 3 months. It just means that like you're going to get back to equilibrium very, very soon. It's not going to be a long time. So with this card too, the fairness card, this situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. That tells me that whatever you're worrying about happening, like the outcome, it's going to be what's right. It's going to be, so if somebody owes you an apology, you're going to receive that apology. And, if you had done something wrong, in the next month it might dawn on you shoot, like, I screwed up. I might need to apologize to somebody, or I might need to fix that situation. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, we all screw up, we're human. And recognizing that is a big deal. So, let's see. So for some of you guys, this situation that changed, it's seeming like it's family related. This might not resonate with everybody. This might be for a specific group of people watching. But I am getting the sense that it's family. So somebody in your family or situation involving family was the shock and was once what made you feel so good, and now you're over here on this other side, like, what just happened? But also, if the relationship with somebody felt like family, that could be why I'm getting that vibe. This person, whether it be a family member or somebody you view as family, in this situation, they need to grow. They're a little bit behind you on their lessons, and that doesn't mean that you're better than them or anything. It's just the track they're on right now. They haven't reached certain points that maybe you have, and they really need to learn these lessons. And yeah, and it, you know, I'm reminded of that quote. I'm reminded of the quote that hurt people hurt others. So this person's hurting. This person isn't completely right. They're not in balance, and that was a big reason why they did what they did and why they have messed with your peace of mind. So this anger that you're feeling towards them, I'm being told that it's okay to feel that. Like, it's not about emotion, but it only holds you back. So your inability to forgive the situation or the person, it really messes with your peace of mind. So that could be why the peace of mind isn't coming right away. Like, so when I said that, you know, your sense of being balanced is going to come back within the next 3 to 6 months, that's going to depend on your ability to forgive. That's going to depend on your ability to move forward from the situation and release those feelings of anger. Because while it was important that you let this situation or person play out, and you know, you express that that emotion, you have to learn to express it and move on. So you have to have the conversation and say, look, I'm really angry with you. This made me angry, whatever it may be, and allow yourself space to feel it, but then allow yourself to move on. You know, let the feelings move. They're, you know, feelings are energy, and they're going to be stuck inside you if you hold on to them. So I know, but forgiving, let's make something clear. Forgiving and forgiveness doesn't mean you have to let that person back into your life, or you have to put up with things that you don't deserve or aren't comfortable with. It's just about not holding on to that anger and, you know, still being like, I don't want you in my life, or I don't want this situation in my life, but I'm not going to be angry, and I'm not going to hold a grudge. With people who are dealing with family related issues, there's like this missing piece that is going to come out in the next month to it, but it's really important that you try and sit down and have a conversation with the family member or the person or whatever, because there's parts that you aren't hearing or aren't seeing that are going to really need to be talked about for you to gain clarity. So if you can, in those moments or in that conversation when it happens, just try and be calm. That's really going to give you the best result. I'm feeling like, okay, so in the next month, you're going to have this talk with this person, or you're going to deal with this situation. And as soon as you do that, that's when the things are going to start to speed up in the next month. That's when you're getting closer and you're working through your fears. So maybe talking to this person or opening up or dealing with the situation is bringing up a lot of anxiety, or it's making you feel like all your deepest fears and all your shit is just coming up. And that's okay. You're working through it. So once you deal with it, whatever is coming to a head, you're gonna start to feel a lot better. You're gonna start to feel that peace. You're gonna feel like the situation was handled good, and you can move on. So maybe you'll mend that relationship, or that situation will get better, or you might decide, you know, I'm ready to move on from it. But the point is closure is still very important. And I'm really feeling that you're gonna gain that closure that you've been looking for in the next month, as long as you can work through your fears. So I can't for sure say that's gonna happen, but you have to decide, I'm gonna take a risk, and maybe I'm not used to doing things this way if it comes up, but I'm trying. So just remember that. Find ways, if you can, to channel the anger into a healthy outlet, you know, working out or journaling or talking about it with somebody. You know, don't let it bubble up inside you, because that's just going to prolong the feelings, and it's going to prolong where you're going. You know, this is just a small bump in the road, and it's going to get better. That is all I seem to be getting for you guys in group 3. I really hope that this reading resonated. If you liked it, please subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And I will be back next week for another pick a card reading. Thank you so much for watching.